Stop it. What's up, y'all? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, you guys. Come on in. We'll let the room fill up just a little bit. In fact, hold on one second, you guys. I'm gonna go and get my my iPad. Hold on one second. All right, y'all. As you guys can see, Capone is actually in my in the chair I'm having to sit on the ottoman on tonight. Our declaration. Hold on 1 second. 10-second technique. YouTube just don't be wanting to let me be great with my music. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Stop, Bo. All right, there we go. All right, so happy Monday again, you guys. I pray that your Monday has been a great Monday. I pray that it has been a productive Monday. I pray that it's been a peace-filled Monday as well. A Monday filled with you making whatever strides you need to make. I had not planned to go live again, but as today has played out, I've realized that this was actually something that I needed to kind of talk about. So our declaration for those of you guys that are coming in is simply, enough is enough. Again, our declaration is enough is enough. You know, earlier today, the theme of the day was really God dealing with us about really standing your ground when it revolves around what we tolerate in this season and what we're also unwilling to tolerate. And so I kind of wanted to share what the Lord gave me this morning, well, not this morning, this afternoon, and kind of expound on it. This today has been a really, today has been a very, it's been a peace-filled day. It's been a day of getting a lot accomplished. I had just what I needed to pay the movers to actually set up my sofa for me. And so that was, hey, Andrea, that was one of the things that I did today. But as the day kind of shifted, I realized, come here, Bo. I realized that as the day shifted, it was God really moving in such a way that made me have to cut ties with someone. Right? And I know that like when we deal with like people, especially people that we love, people that we give the benefit of the doubt to, people that, you know, misuse, mistreat us, abuse us, you know, sometimes cutting ties can be a hard thing. And a lot of times, if I can be real, a lot of times, like, many people will try to avoid cutting certain ties because of who a person is to you, whether it's family, how long you've known them, or even just the history in general. And so today was one of those days where the sofa got delivered. I was able to work out, got me a little bit of rest. And it was a day where I knew my mom was coming to pick up the shirts that I was pressing, the last 2 shirts that I was pressing for my sister. And honestly, it was one of those moments, even as I was pressing the shirts, where God is just something, you know, he moves in a way that confirms who a person is to such a degree. So I was pressing these shirts and I realized that the shirts that I was pressing were shirts that were not paid for, you know, wasn't the right shirts or whatever the case may be. And, so I didn't say anything. I just continued to press them. And, as I was finishing pressing the last shirt, my mother comes in the office and she's literally like, your sister asked for the heat press bag. And I'm gonna just be real, you guys. Like in that moment, I'm not sure if you guys have ever like been through something with someone where they just keep poking the bear and you get to the point where you've really had enough. And so it's like in that moment, I realized that my sister was trying to maliciously hurt me in some way, shape, or form. And it's like in that moment, a righteous indignation kind of rose up, because I realized, like, Lord, everything that she has, I gave her. Like, I gave her. I said, Lord, I haven't been malicious to her. I haven't not tried to hurt her. I've just tried to keep the peace. But so, it's like the heat press thing was kind of like the last straw. And so I messaged her. I was really upset. I messaged her. And in that moment, I realized that, this is something that I really need to cut ties with, because it's the same cycle over and over and over again with this individual. And quite frankly, I really just got tired of being bullied. I'm going to call it what it is. I just got tired of my silence, making me the victim of someone bullying me. Right? And so, okay, Bo, you got to get down. Get down. Hold on one second, you guys. I really got to put him up. I have to put him up. Sorry, you guys. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. But I got into a point where when she asked for that, something that I gave her, something that she knows that I'm using, I got to a point where I was tired of being bullied. I was tired of allowing my silence or, me turning the other cheek just make a person feel like they can still do whatever they want to do. And so, I texted her, only to find out that I was blocked. So I had to send it to her on Facebook. And what I told her was, in so many words, like, I'm done. Like, whatever you gave me for the heat press, I'll cash app it back to you. And I'm going to be real, you guys. It was one of those things where I just had enough. And I said, you know what? Everything that I gave you, just give it back. Because I can't keep doing this. The drama, me being on the receiving end of like a bad attitude, someone being malicious towards me, like, just give it back to me. This is where I was, like, literally, just give it back to me. And we're even. And it really hurt me to do that. Because I've always been a person, where I'm not malicious. If I do something out of the goodness of my heart, it is just that, out of the goodness of my heart. But I also understood that in that moment, that God needed me to make a statement to her saying, like, listen, enough is enough. Enough is enough. If you want to play this game, just give me back what I gave you. And I'm good. And as I've been kind of reflecting on it, because I was really heated, I was very emotional about it, because I felt like it was one of those things that shouldn't have even gotten to that point, right? It shouldn't have gotten to that point. But, there's a saying that says some people, as long as they can get what they want from you, they're okay. But you tell a person no, and you really see the true colors, come out. And so it's like the moment that I told her I'm not falling for the manipulation, I'm not doing no more shirts. In that moment, like, she blocked me. She got upset because I said no to what she wanted me to do. I didn't bend. I didn't bow. And as I was seeking God this afternoon, my mom had helped me get some groceries. And so I came back and I've just been seeking God concerning it. And I heard the Lord tell me this. He said, in this hour, many of his children are reaching like a breaking point with other people, a breaking point with certain circumstances, where it's almost like a righteous indignation is about to begin to rise up in God's people, where we literally say no more. Enough is enough, devil. Enough is enough. And it's like in that moment of us choosing to say no more, what many of us are going to find is that not only does your peace return, not only does your joy come back, not only does your motivation and drive come back, but certain cycles that you found yourself in, certain things that you tolerated or had to deal with, are going to be non-existent. And I don't know who needed this word, but enough is enough. At some point, you had to stand up for yourself. At some point, you had to open up your mouth and say, no, that's not good enough. I don't want that. I'm not dealing with that anymore. And so it's honestly, even when I think about this season, if I can sum it up in a word, it's represented so much growth, change. But if I can just sum it up this season, people wise, I would literally say this season for me has been fed up. It's literally been a fed up type of season. Seeing, what people have done to me. And truly, I've gotten to a point where it's literally the things that I tolerated in old seasons, I'm not there anymore. And honestly, even with the situation with my sister, it's one of those things where I have peace in cutting ties. I have peace in it. I have actual peace in it. And I believe that for many of us, that is the result of whatever the cutoff is. Peace. Peace. Because I've learned in this season, from old seasons, that it's nothing like a peace of mind. If something takes away from your peace of mind, if something brings chaos, confusion, it is best to let it go, to separate yourself so that you won't be affected by the toxicity within that circumstance or within that person. And I think, cutting off people or cutting ties with people, choosing to love them from afar, is one of the hardest things for a child of God to do. Because we always want to see the best in people. We always, want to, when we love, we genuinely love. We would do whatever. And so it's a lot of times when God is saying cut off, we have excuses. But God, I've known them for this long. They've done this for me. It's family. But truthfully speaking, when we see everybody that God used in the Bible, He required for them to separate from what they've known. He required. Even when Jesus was recruiting disciples, we all know He only gave them 2 words as He was recruiting them. Follow me. And whenever they would say, well, can I just go back to my family? He would literally tell them no, follow me. And I believe that in this season, that is the epitome of what's happening. Is God is saying, follow me. And as we follow Him, what we begin to realize is that certain things, certain people, they cannot go. They cannot tag along. And that's just truthfully speaking. There are some people where you literally had to love them from afar. You literally had to love them from afar. But after today, how it played out, even though I was emotional, I was upset. And even my mom saying, well, I'll just get you a new one. It's just it's the principle of what people do. It's not about the material things. It's the principle. And it's not a fix buying somebody something new. It doesn't fix the hurt. It doesn't fix the disrespect. It doesn't fix, their manipulation, their lies. It doesn't fix a bad attitude. And so, that was just kind of where I was with it. Not surrendering what God has me doing in this hour, not surrendering it, and going to a place where I just had to cut ties. And again, it's just been the common thing. Enough is enough. I've seen it happening in how I do business. Just enough is enough. Even when it revolves around people wanting to shortchange me, that has been the thing. Just because I tolerated it in the old season, with this growth, this level of growth that I'm choosing to follow God and embark upon, it's just God, certain things just cannot go, certain mindsets. And that's just what it is. And one thing that I've learned is, as you grow with God, whoever falls off is meant to fall off. I'm going to say that again. As you grow with God, as you follow Him, whatever falls off, whoever falls off along the way, they were not meant to go. They were not meant to go. And I think a lot of times we hold on because we don't want to face the pain. We don't want to face whatever we feel are like the repercussions from it. And so we hold on. But in this season, once you make up your mind up, there will be certain things that God is able to do for you. And that's just it. That is just it. That is just it. And it's one of those things too, where I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad at it because God showed me. He showed me in a dream that this would happen, that I would have to cut her off, that she would do something to intentionally hurt me, to intentionally hinder what he's doing in me. And that's the beauty of God, is that when it's time to cut people off, he'll show you. The signs are all around. When it's time for certain things to fall off, he will show you. The signs are always around. But the question becomes like, are we really paying attention to the signs that God gives us? And that's it. Enough is enough. That is it. And it's safe to say that certain things that I dealt with in the previous seasons, I'm choosing going forth to no longer deal with those things. And that's it, y'all. That was what he wanted me to release. I'm not sure who it was for, but I pray that you were able to glean something from it. Like, as I told y'all earlier this morning, you don't have to tolerate disrespect. You don't have to tolerate people being malicious towards you. Not in this hour. You don't have to tolerate people talking out the side of their neck. You don't have to tolerate it at all. You don't have to. And so, that is it, y'all. I love y'all. I am rooting for y'all. So until next time, y'all. Peace. Know your worth.